Welcome back. Hair and clothing as resistance to white supremacy. If you watch the videos about enslaved people who escaped from upstate New York, you know that clothing and fashion were integral to their escape. They used clothing as a tool to pass themselves off as free people while legally enslaved. On the other hand, historically, white people, especially the poor ones, would try to force black people back into their place beneath them on the social hierarchy through laws or social shaming around appearance and clothing. For example, in the late 18th century New Orleans, then ruled by the Spanish, free African and African American mixed race women called Creoles, who had disposable income, would invest in their appearance, and they would dress well and have elaborate, bejeweled hairstyles. More importantly to the white women, these African and Creole women were attracting the attention and establishing relationships with white male settlers. If these relationships resulted in children under Spanish law at the time, all children, regardless of the status of their mother, received a part of the inheritance if the father died. On the other hand, as interracial marriages were prohibited, African or Creole women were not entitled to any of the common property. The response was the Tignon Law, or Turban Law, enacted in 1786, which sought to put free black women back into their place by requiring that whenever leaving their homes, they always covered their hair with a headscarf to indicate membership in the enslaved class, though they were free. The black women complied with the letter of the law, not the spirit of it. They covered their hair in the brightest colored, finest material, and then bejeweled these headscarves. Rather than dimming their light, these headdresses enhanced their beauty. Discrimination against black hairstyles in school and in the workplace persists in the US. Attempts have been made to make black hair discrimination illegal. One such attempt was the Creating a Respectful and Open Workplace for Natural Hair Crown Act of December 5th, 2019. A few states have created versions of this law, but black hair discrimination is still mostly legal in the US. A long way to go. Thanks for listening. Welcome back. Hair and clothing as resistance to white supremacy. If you watch the videos about enslaved people who escaped from upstate New York, you know that